Hello. My computer crashed. Testing. Okay, it works. God damn it. What is happening? I'll be back. Hang on. Okay. Well, the stream somewhat recovered. 19 viewers somehow. I'm back. Let's see. I wasn't able to play audio. Can I play audio now? Music, I mean. What is happening? There we go. Wow, my computer is actually falling apart. Okay. Why is this taking so long? What the? So I was last testing before everything died. Oh, that I can see multiple things. I guess Photoshop can't completely crash my computer somehow. I need to be able to see multiple things, frames. Okay, that should work. I'll do paint this time then. Spare my computer the punishment, apparently. So yeah, this works. It's going, you can see from the old one here to this, back to this, and then the next frame is this guy. So that works. Yay. Now, if I actually correct... Let's see. When I'm doing my damage checking, I add 4. I need to just maybe subtract 1. Yeah, probably. Although I could do like Goblin transform is this. At least it's one operation this way. I'll kind of label this guy. Let's try it out. That looks slightly better. Let's see, I should be able to hit him a lot. Okay. The thing is, I don't know if resetting the attack when you hit the ground is correct. Yeah, sometimes I attack twice. It's okay. Okay. So last thing to look at is... Oh wait, I said I don't need any spins, right? Yeah, I don't need any spins. Yeah, okay. So then, I think this is about done, at least for today. I need to kind of polish it and stuff later, but... Wait, one more thing. When you apply a dash... Is that not how that works? There it is. This wind, I need to spawn wind behind myself, so I'm going to do that same thing throughout the entire ultimate? I guess. So if you're ulting, if this goblin is ulting, which that's valid for non-client side goblins, okay, then just spawn wind. So he will have some wind behind him as he's doing his jumpy stuff. Okay, that's probably fine. Yeah, let me get rid of the combat manager debug drawing. Draw attacks, false. Yeah, it's okay. Yep, that's okay. And it's gonna have to have some polish to make it feel less stupid later on. I don't know how. Like, better noises. Way better noises. Something with the goblin making noise, yelling? I don't know. Maybe some thuds when you hit the ground. But it just feels... Gameplay-wise, it feels good. Like polish-wise, it feels really bad. That's okay. So... Let's get rid of this draw stuff. Alt debug phase, I don't need that. And there is one other thing I was going to fix in this file before I'm going to do the Dark Priest Ultimate next, I think. Yeah, I don't need spin. Oh, I was going to make this generic instead of having spin. So many spin. Okay. Instead of having all these tons of things here, okay. I guess I could call it ultimate jumps, right? And it can have 4 of a struct. And that struct contains I guess it would be something like this. jumps, which is a view of another anonymous struct, which, wait, am I allowed to do this? I think it'd be like that. Of this. Is this crazy? Is this stupid to do? I mean, in that case, I can make it of this of a view of that, can't I? Yeah. So that'll work. Which I don't even have to declare that here. I can declare that up there. So when you're updating your warrior, before anything happens, I guess this is the type, right? Okay. That's just the type declaration. So this guy, I guess I'm allowed to do this. I don't actually know. I'll try. Ultimate jumps 1. 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Yeah. Is that even allowed? 1 in unknown, given unknown. Okay, so no, it's not allowed. That makes sense. Ultimate jump. It's too bad that these are different sizes, or I could just put them all in one thing. Yeah. Too bad. Let's go stick this further up here like that. Makes the most sense. Now, when I construct my ultimate jump view, ultimate jumps, it is a view of ultimate jump. So now this is valid. I think? Wait, no, it's not even. Hang on. Or is it? Okay, I guess it is. Didn't know that. I don't think you used to be able to assign a view to a fixed array, though. Or like, yeah. But maybe you aren't now. Why did you crash your computer? I don't know. I opened Photoshop and everything stopped working. My screen went black. I could still hear my game, but that's all. Which sucks because I had a massive amount of viewers from that raid. But oh well. So this has to be a little bit different. Ultimate combo is going to be... How does this work? Comboing the Boolean pointer. Jumps. Ultimate jump. And then the combo jumps. This is different. Shit. Goblin comboing is a better name. Goblin jumps. This is... That's not gonna work. But that's okay because it's a view, so this is technically allowed. Combos. Okay, so I'll construct this, I guess. Guess I have to construct them one at a time then. So this will Goblin comboing, ulting combo 1, Goblin jumps, ulting combo 1 jumps. And then this is just this guy, and I think I kind of messed up. In fact, that could be a Boolean pointer. That could be a pointer. No. Also no. This is okay. Let's just go with this. Yeah, I am pretty certain that this is okay to do. Okay. 2, 3, combo 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna basically just take this guy. If this isn't easy to do, I guess I'll undo this totally. Combo, ultimate combos. If you are comboing, or you have weight and you need the animation trackers, this is gonna make the code maybe overly confusing. I think maybe. I'll continue with it for a second. I don't know, man. See what happens. I think I can do that without dereferencing it. Ulting continue. Yeah, so this is also special logic to the first one. So I'd have to say something like if it index is 0. Okay, this is stupid. I tried. It's just going to stay as 4 separate blocks. That's fine. And in that case, it might be best. This is okay still. Ultimate jump, sure. Okay. Well, it's done. Cool. Done. Now what? Let's push this for now. Warrior idol improvement, goblin new model, archer new model, warrior ultimate done without polish. Okay. Dark Priest. I already have a lot of this set up. Ah, I see. Interesting. Okay. Ulting. All right. I'll do the since I already have so much of this set up, this shouldn't be that hard, right? Heal charging, heal charge. Once if you're charging it. Okay, so ult anim tracker. I don't think I have the animations. Dark Priest. AoE, heal, idle, normal attack, swap, ult. I have ult. Interesting. Am I already loading that? I am. Okay, what the fuck is this? Attack 5? Let me go look at that. Yeah, I don't know when my computer crashed, but I would just guess I had my game running I have like Chrome running, which somehow consumes like 8 gigs of RAM. And then Spotify launching Photoshop might have been the last straw. Didn't know what to do. So this I think is in the Witch or Script Wizard. It must be Script Wizard. Script Wizard has a book. This is attack 5. So apparently I thought at one point this was the ultimate. You fly up into the air, and then you do that. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder though. What does this thing I do? Okay, this one's gonna be kind of tricky. So what I think is gonna happen is first I'm gonna have this guy lift up into the air. Like that. And then I think I'm gonna have... This will all be one animation. Oh wait, but then it's too long. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. This is a problem. I could do this in multiple animation trackers because it requires 4 animations and 1 looping animation. My animation tracker supports 3 animations with 1 looping. So yeah. Okay. What's going to happen? It's going to play through different phases, I guess, of animation. The first thing is going to lift you up. He'll open his book. He'll lift up. And then the next phase... Actually, this is okay. This will work. Yeah. So he'll go shh, and then that, and then it'll start right there. I won't have all this delay. All right, let's go to the alt animation tracker then. All right, I already even did it. 4 lift up. What did I think it was going to be? 4 to 36. And then I thought the end frame was 30. Oh, and then you end it. What the fuck is this? I don't understand what this is supposed to do. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, but okay. 4, 2, you lift up, then you start. Lift up, arm up into the air, so like 51 or something. 141, that's right. And then immediately you will transition into this, or maybe this. It doesn't matter, really. 84 with no delta frames, and you will stay there. Okay. And then when you're done, your arm goes back here around 112, and then you slowly go back to the ground like that. 120, like 8. Was the style inspired by Happy Wars? I loved that game as a kid. Slightly, yeah. How's it going? First nip lover. But yeah, slightly. Okay. Then you add another old animation duration. The wait end, that doesn't matter. What matters here is the transition, I think is very incorrect. Transition duration has to be 200. Everything else is 200. So when you're going between your animations, it'll have 200 milliseconds of ease because these are all very different animations. Usually they're very similar. Okay, so the other thing is, wait, I can make the, could I make this work? Okay, so in this position, 84, he's like floating in the air like this with his arms straight forward, right? So, okay, I want his legs, don't I? I don't actually know. Hang on, this is attack 4 loop. What do you do? Oh shit, your legs don't do anything. Okay, so decent, doing a bit of procrastination for uni exams at the moment. Nice. Yeah, so this will have to happen this way. I have to have multiple animations and it's going to be awkward. I've never done this before. Loop animation tracker. Never ever have I done this before. We will see how this turns out. Yeah. Okay, I think I know how this should work. I think I get it. I'm actually not going to do like anything at all with this looping animation. This is probably very smart. Okay. So first, let me get this looking right first. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to use the looping delta time and the looping weight and just directly apply it to the actual looping animation itself and just piggyback on that. So I'm just going to kind of the actual old looping tracker won't have any logic at all. Yep, that should work, I think. Okay, so let's get started. So tracker update alt anim tracker. So the first step based on that, update middle, yeah. The first step based on that is just get this working to the point where you can fly up, you start your ultimate, and then your body will completely stop moving, and that's fine. If you're ulting, you do the middle. Otherwise, nothing. And is that it? Actually, it might be just about it. Okay, so I will just do this for now. The weird bit that doesn't exist yet is you have to float. I have no way in the game to float. That's going to be really interesting because I want to do it like legitimately. I want to apply a force to your goblin so you're going up into the air. And yeah. Okay. So let's start rendering this. I'll connect all these things together as they should be. This one is very similar to what the ultimate's going to do. Ult. That looks like everything. Ult start. Start frame. I did not replace these accidentally. Dark Priest ult, is that what it's called? Yes. So actually, the bone weights for this, I think, should be absolute. One of the first times the bone weights are absolute. Doing a lot of first things. That's it. Oh wait, okay. This will be fine for now. There's actually a lot more I need to do to this. It'll be interesting. Alt tracker, did I mistype something? 450? Yes. So also, I forgot about this. I have fly directional animations. That'll be interesting. Okay, nothing seemingly happened. I'm pressing R. Oh, I need to. Oh. I'm gonna get rid of this requirement. I have to drain someone's health to be able to cast my ultimate. Which, I don't think that makes sense, to be honest. There we go. That was very fast. And now I'm staying in my pose until I end it. And then I go back. Yeah, that didn't look good at all. I think the speed was just like actually twice as fast for everything. 2 times as fast. So let's make an estimate. This is 16 frames. This is 47 or something. So I guess you take the frame count times 2. Ish. So if that's the case, and this, or times 4. Times 400. Or 40. Whatever, it has a 4 in it. So if you take this, which is 16, that'd be like 600-ish. Okay, it looks okay, yeah. And then he's doing this. He's doing his little pose. Okay. That's fine. Now, I guess that works. That's not saved anywhere, right? I can't just go edit that. Dark, yeah, I did not start actually saving RAWs until after this time. It'll be okay. If I need to edit it, I'll edit it later. My problem with it is he's facing down. He's like looking at the ground, which is very weird. But the fact that he's gonna be floating in the air might make that okay. So this is script wizard, humanoid. Attack for loop. Auto scale, bone list. Okay, and then let's see if the default import works. Looks like it does. This all looks correct. Yep. Elvis. Okay, good. So, oh my god, that's not good. He's all over the place. Where the fuck is your root bone even? What, I actually don't even know. What is this book? Okay. Where is your root bone, man? You don't have a root bone? Boy, this sucks. This is gonna be so hard to fix. Oh boy. Yeah. This looks kind of okay. That looks approximately centered, so then probably you have to be rotated. Oh boy. Why the fuck is the bind pose at like a random angle in every axis? I don't understand. Whoa. Okay, it looks okay. Basically okay, yeah. All right. Fly. Hey, Mendoza. You missed my stream crash. You skipped it. My computer crashed, more like. Okay, here is the loop. I can't change too much with this because why does it do that? Oh god. This god, I feel like the guy that made these animations is so fucking lazy. Well, it kind of works. I don't god. I don't know if this is actually going to work. Maybe I added an interpolation to the loop at some point, maybe. In which case it might. But his file's fucked up. It's not even anything I can do about it. It's just bad. So, let's try. What the fuck? That's not what I meant to do. I want your pelvis, man. Why? What? Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, we'll see what happens. This frame and this frame are different, and that's a big problem. Where's the thing that lets me edit every single bone? Isn't that like, is it not timeline? Dope sheet action editor? There it is. Okay, so you go to frame 33. Okay, 33 actually corresponds with 2. I don't know why. So I can actually loop. It'll be fine. Okay, let's try that then. There's going to be a lot of layers to this, and it's going to make it very hard. So this will be dark priest alt loop. I'm going to let his head keep looking down because he is going to be floating. And let's try exporting this. Okay, so the alt loop starts at frame 2 and goes to frame 33. That's how it works. Do not know why. Start frames is 233 over. I think over 33, but to be sure, let me go to nonlinear editor. Yeah, over 33. Okay. Oh wait, that's actually middle frames. Start frames is 0, 0. End frames is 0, 0 in this situation. Start duration, I think I have to give it something. 1. Middle duration, I'll say is like, I don't know, 800. End duration, 1. Looping, true. I wonder if it should even have a transition duration. I'm gonna leave it. I don't think it'll matter. I don't know. Okay, so anyways, the way this is gonna work. Oh wait, I didn't finish. Alt looping animation duration. That's not what it's called. Alt loop animation duration. So 0, alt loop animation duration, 0. In fact, you know what? You become 0 too. Doesn't matter. Okay, so here's all this useless data. All I did to get out of this is I have this loop value. Is this gonna work? I have no clue. So my... Okay. Let's see, what can I even do? I can get middle... So if I were to get the start frame, for example, what happens? You get the delta time, you divide it by the start duration, you multiply it by the progress value of the frames. Okay, so you put it in the progress, like the scope of the progress percentage you want, and then you multiply it by the duration. Okay, that's simple enough. Okay, I could probably make this work. So this has this start frame specifically. Yeah. Has nothing to do with the start duration or anything. I mean, not the start, but the middle frame. Yeah, so this is fine. The other thing I need to check is weight. So you get the weight of the entire thing. And then you get the delta time of the middle duration over transition duration. Okay, that's also fine. So I can completely piggyback on all this stuff. So what I will end up saying is... In fact, maybe I just do this myself. Don't know what to do, really. So when you're doing your middle animation, I add this Dark Priest alt. Let's load the other one if I'm not already. I'm not. Priest alt, looping. Fat Goblins, assets, Goblin, Dark Priest, FBX, Dark Priest, alt loop. There's... I did not mean to do... Whatever. This is what I need. Okay. Alt loop animation duration is Dark Priest alt loop, and... Let's copy this. Okay, so as you're doing this guy, you also add this in here based on the middle weight, and the middle weight should be valid, but the frame is not valid. So the frame is what I have to recalculate. Okay, and I can do it in... I'm like so bastardizing this whole thing. I can do it not in the interpolation mode, which will make it valid. So I have to get the middle delta time. Get middle delta time. That's a thing, right? Yep. Get the interpolated middle delta time. Middle DT, alt animation tracker, and it's to the follow. And then I can set, how does this work? I have to set the middle delta time tracker update set. Guess I don't have this function yet, so it'll be tracker update middle set. That's this is so weird. The fuck is this? So it's time and the max. Oh, this is fine. I just have to be sure this correctly corresponds with whatever get middle delta time does. Yeah, it just returns the last time. Okay, should work. Tracker update set middle. Is that what I called it? Tracker update middle set. The naming is so bad. Then you give it this thing, and then you give it time and middle dt, and now loop. Is it called looping? Should be called, everything was called loop. Loop frame. Get middle frame of something. Oh, and I don't use this. This is so extremely fucked in so many ways. So this is the interpolated delta time offset of the actual middle animation. And then you apply that to your looping animation and you get the non-interpolated version back of the frame. And you reuse the interpolated middle weight. So this should probably work if I have the looping values correct, which I might not. Whoops. What? Cannot find name override. That it is this. Did I not do it right? It's that one. I recognize it. Attack 4 loop. Oh wait, is it not? No, it's not. Hey. This. Dark Priest ult loop. Oh. Because that's the name of the GLB. Okay. Try again. Okay, what do you do now? Your hand does wiggle. Look at that. Wiggle, except you can see it snaps at one point. I do not know why. That fucking sucks. I can guess at some values, maybe. Maybe that's supposed to be 1. Whoa, is the dry game? That's right. David Devamini. Nice. Work. Thanks for the follow. Okay, what does your hand do now? It's slightly better, maybe. And the last thing I can think to try is put that down to 32. And then... No, that's probably it. That looks a lot worse. Okay. If I try 0, what happens? I'm almost completely certain it's not supposed to be 0. But let's just see. Just picked up SDL2, C++. I'm tired of game engine limitations. Yeah, I feel you. Yep, that's what happens when you do 0. The model is fucked up. Okay. This is another similar type of limitation. I bought these animations on an asset store, and so of course they're all complete shit, and it sucks. So let's see. This is basically frame 1. Yeah, over I wonder if it'd be better if I say over 34. I'm just curious. Seems like yours gave me motivation. Thanks. I mean, with making your own engine, if you just work from the ground up, eventually you have all the pieces you need, so. Hey, that looks better. That looks better somehow. What if, okay, last thing I'm trying here, I'm gonna say 34 over 34. Because what I do exactly with these values depends a lot on how the math actually works. That looks worse, doesn't it? No, it looks... Oh, I saw it. Whatever, I'm going back to this. I think this is safer, because I saw it flicker once to an entirely different pose. In fact, maybe I'll just delete this guy, right? Like, there's actually... Yeah, you know what? I'm doing that. Cancel. Dope sheet. So this is the frame that for some reason doesn't exist. And then I think I can take everything and scoot it over. I think it's supposed to start... How is this supposed to work? I do not actually know. I think things are supposed to start on 1. So if I go here and snap back, his hand should not move. Okay, good. Let's re-export. This is probably... Oh, did I say... Am I not recording this? Hang on. No, it's correct. I guess deletions don't need to be recorded. Nice. Let's grab your bone. Grab your bones. And then FBX and Dark Priest Alt Loop. And you can see, instead of going to 32, it goes to 31. Yay. So now it starts at, it's literally just 0 out of it doesn't even matter, 32 to 32, so 0 to 1, that's it. Can it be more simple now? And that's it, right? I don't have to copy anything. It's exactly the same name. Yep, let's try it then. This cannot be wrong. If this is wrong, it's because of my math now. Yay, it looks good. Yay. Okay, now, what's the next part of this? I have him actually wiggling his hand and then he stops. So you lift off the ground. Do it. Yes, it does. Yep, looks good. The next part of this, I'm gonna actually try and force him to go to the ground. This is gonna be a little bit tricky. I'll put something down here, yeah. Well, I can put it here. Ulting ground offset. That's going to be a float. And if you're ulting, if you're a client goblin, that's all I care about. If you're a client goblin. So I guess I'll have like, I'm going to put all the logic here for now. Desired ground offset is going to be, how do I want this to work? I think it should be like a sine, like a wait. Yeah, a sine wave, right? Or is it? No, it's cosine. Yeah, it's going to be get the start progress. Which I don't know if I have to clamp this, but I guess I will. Alt and M tracker. Get the start progress of your ultimate, clamp it between 0 and 1. And then, let's think about what's happening. So I have to multiply this by pi. That's probably all I need to do. Let me open Desmos real quick and just look. So it'd be cosine of x times 3.149. And yep, that's what I need. So then this times 0.5 plus, wait, no. 0.5 minus. And one more time I'll check here. 0.5 minus this times 0.5. Yep, that's right. Smoothly lifts off, smoothly ends. Okay. There's this value, which is just a progress value for now. And then I'm going to get the minimum of, or not minimum. I'm going to just multiply it by kind of the same thing, except inverted. So you'll get the in progress where you're trying to land back on the ground. And this one goes from 1 to 0.5, so it's actually just 0.5 plus. Am I wrong about that? 0.5 plus. Yeah, that's right. Goes from the top to the ground. So this is just a progress value. Now your actual height, float height, fly height. I don't know at all. 4.0 maybe? Okay. Now there's like, oh god, am I gonna be able to do this at all? There's an equation for this that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to remember. This is like, it's basically a super ghetto, I forgot what these things are called. There's like a chip slash function that will let you do derivative things automatically in like hardware engineering. And whatever that is, that's kind of, there's an equation you can use as like a ghetto version of that. So it kind of eases you into your desired like landing position. Yeah. So what I think, okay, so it's something like force is, first of all, forgot the name, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I forgot the name too. This okay, I have to get your desired ground offset, which I'm gonna, for the time being, assume that the ground height is 0. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So your current offset is goblin last position y minus ground height. Getting this value correctly is going to be a whole different challenge. We used in my job a long time ago. Oh, those things are cool, but also setting them up correctly is like super fucking annoying from what I've seen. I think there's like a way you're supposed to set them up though. So I don't know, maybe it's easy if you actually know what you're doing. So the desired force, that's not where I am yet. I guess I'd call it impulse or something. Current delta. Apply velocity. That might make more sense. It would be your desired ground offset minus your current offset, and then to get you there in one frame, you divide by dt. Wait, in one frame? That's... okay. That's probably right, and that's what I'm going to do for now. But I think getting you to where you want to go in one frame is like absolutely ridiculous. But I think the equation that I don't remember at all anymore is something like force is apply velocity plus the delta, which I don't, this means nothing, of applied velocity times 5 or something. So I will have to track this as ulting fly, how would you even say this? What did I call it? Ulting apply velocity. It's just a float. I'm only ever going up. Okay. The delta of this between this frame and last time, so apply velocity delta is, that would be, I guess, your current thing, which is your apply velocity minus your ulting apply velocity, or ulting last apply velocity might make more sense. Okay. Now what? Now this. I don't remember how this is supposed to work. I think after you this is not quite right. God, this is complicated. Take your apply velocity. So the delta here that you have to multiply by 5 is based on your, this is actually apply velocity, I think. If I'm remembering correctly. I'm probably not remembering correctly. So the actual delta is going to be calculated after this. So you also have to have something like an old apply velocity. Yeah, so I guess we have to have... So ulting last apply velocity will work for that. That name matches what I'm trying to do. This is apply velocity. When you start ulting, then this is going to have to go to 0. All this stuff is going to have to go to 0. Okay. Ulting last apply velocity goes to nothing. This guy. Then you calculate this using the delta. You basically just add the delta to it, I guess. And then this goes back to apply velocity. I feel like I super did not do this right, but I don't remember what to do actually. So we'll try it. It's going to do something. Okay. Yep, let's try it. I will say goblin add excel.y plus equals apply velocity, which this is Excel. This is, I don't know what to do. I'm going to divide this by dt. I don't know if that's right because I'm already dividing by dt, but it says acceleration, so maybe. So I'll try it out. Alt. Oh, and something did happen. Maybe it's minus. Times 5 also feels like a lot. Okay, what if I multiply this by like 0.01? And I think I might not want to divide this by dt. I think it might be important for this delta calculation that whatever force you're actually applying is what gets, you know, delta'd. Oh, damn it. Really? So I'm curious, what if I just take this thing, add excel.y plus equals the difference in where you want to be over like 1,000. Like, I think this would technically work, but I should bounce back and forth in a really horrible way. Wait, maybe that's the problem. So I am bouncing back and forth, as you can see. But I think the problem might be that I'm supposed to be activating this from ground level. I mean, that's definitely not the only problem, but... Okay, that... Maybe this isn't working? Uh-oh, I don't want to be up here. Oh, fuck. It says my desired ground offset is -2. So I have definitely not done something right. I never co-signed this. Whoops. Wait, I did it wrong again. Cosine goes to pi. You take cosine of the entire pi thing times 0.5 plus or minus 0.5. That looks right. Yep, so that does work really stupidly. And yep, you're bouncing a lot. That's what happens. So maybe what I'll say when I'm trying to do this math is I will take all this stuff and divide by 1,000, because that value seems to work. And now it's going to be something with the delta of the apply velocity, which should be this times 5. Oh my fucking god. If it's not minus, this is going to be the last thing I try. If it's not minus delta times 5, I have to try and look it up in like my 15-year-old code somewhere. God damn it. Okay, oh boy. Gotta say, you're really good at math, man. I actually, with the fact that nothing is working at the moment, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. Okay, so... Serious? Well, thanks. I don't know where this might be. Good old, literally 13-year-old code. I mean, overall, I've been watching you for a while. This stuff ain't easy. Yeah, true enough. This doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, maybe this one. This also does not do anything. Well, I think it would be in one of these files. Nate Lift 151. Thanks for the follow, man. It also might not be in any of these files. I am almost fucking positive this is the correct equation, though. Does this do anything? Nope. Well, that is all I have to check from these, I think. Unlucky. I have one other thing to look at. But the problem is with this guy, I don't know where the code is going to be. I think here. Is there a delta value? Hey, found it immediately. Okay. What is happening? You apply the real impulse. Okay. So you calculate, okay, so that's why. I think the problem with this is that I'm basically using my real apply as the actual, I don't know how to word it, the persisting value, right? And it's accumulating a shit ton of something. So you calculate the new apply, which is kind of where you want to go. It's literally where you want to go. Okay. Times some constant. Calculate the delta apply, which is this minus the last thing. Okay, that's so simple. And then the new force uses the delta times 5. Let's see if that works. I think that will work. So this, and then immediately this goes to here, and then I can say apply velocity plus delta times 5 is what gets added. I think this will work. Wow, I found the code. I wonder if this code is... Oh, it doesn't tell me how old it is. Damn it. This code is... I actually wrote this in college. This is old. Ooh, look at smooth. Ooh, look at that. Nice. The thing is, it starts really slowly. I think I want it to start faster. And the way to get it to do that, I still want this cosine function. Start progress. I still want this cosine function, so I think I'm gonna scale the input in some way. Oh, that one's not right. That one is in progress. Okay. There we go. That doesn't look right. Because it doesn't need the 0, 1. There we go. Yeah, let's look at Desmos real quick. So this, if I just multiply by x, that is the opposite of what I want. So very simply, I will say this is 1 minus this, well, squared, which I'll just say it's so ugly. There we go. I think for this guy, I actually want the opposite of that. So this is speeding it up at the beginning, and this is speeding it up at the end. Wait. Yeah. Okay, so we'll try that out. So he should lift off the ground fast, kind of ease into his height, and then ease out and go down to the ground fast. So let's get back on the ground. Nice. He's kind of like way too stable. So that multiply by 5 thing was like way too effective. I need to make him wobble. I wonder if I can make him wobble naturally by doing like ×2. I do not actually know. Well, yeah. That might be good. It's still pretty fucking stable. So the thing is, it's gonna be more obvious what value is correct when I start calculating the actual ground height. So I'm gonna have to do that now. This is not easy to do either. Dark Priest get ground height at your position. We'll just say that for now. Okay, let's go write this method. Wait, position. So I'm gonna give it offsets. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna give it offsets slightly up in the air. Yeah, that makes sense because you're a cylinder. You can't. Yeah, that's fine. So okay, let's give it some offsets, like vector 3 offsets, and it'll be 5 of them. Let's say negative 0.5, 0.5, negative 0.5. Okay, so this is going to be the theme of it. I hope this is good enough. And we'll do like some, doesn't matter. I'm just going to start changing values. So like that. And then finally 0, 0.5, 0. The center. Okay, so we're gonna, I do not know the right way to do this. Yeah, I think you would want the highest value no matter what. I was thinking maybe averaging something or something, but no, I don't think so. So highest ground height. I have another idea too. Actually, I can start you off. I'm going to pass in dt, delta time. I'm going to start you off at the position you are checking, which is presumably your goblin's position, and the highest ground height will start at this minus something like does this make sense at all? Fuck. Maybe. Maybe. The math definitely is not linear like I'm pretending, but oh well. I'm just going to choose a value of 2 over dt. So based on dt, you're going to be allowed to slowly fall if you are floating just by nature of this starting at this value. So that's pretty nice. So let's just go through the offsets. That should be called offsets. And then we're going to check, we're going to make a line from position plus offset to position plus offset minus like 8. No, hang on. I can exactly use your fly height. So dark priest fly height is what that is now. Let's go stick this somewhere. Where am I? Where's this code? Yeah, because if you go above this and you don't intersect with anything, then you just fall back down. So this will be valid. So that's totally fine. Yeah. Physics. What is it called? Get line intersection. Position, what is it? Normal hits. Get line intersection of line. That's it. I'm done. If hit and position, how do I word this? And, okay, I'll call it hit everything. Hit position, hit normal, and hit position dot y is greater than highest ground position, I guess. This goes to hit position y. And we're done. And we return highest ground position. It's checked 5 intersections off of your body, lifted vertically half a meter, and it returns that. So I have to pass in delta time. So now whether or not this should be delta times 2 or delta times 5 or whatever should become much more obvious, because the delta value is going to directly affect how quickly, that's true, how quickly I go to my next height. I have to mark this as thread safe because it's, actually, is this thread safe? Hang on. This one's totally not thread safe. Okay. Wow, look at my program. My meta program preventing me from doing stupid things with threads. So let's just lock the client mutex and unlock the client mutex. Yay. Speaking of maths, in the meantime, I'm struggling with 2D AABB collision and sliding in the direction you want in a 2D platformer I'm making. To be fair, freaking Unity does not even get this right unless you start messing with other physics attributes, though. Yeah, a lot of times the physics engines won't. Like the way I use physics engines typically is just for the, what would it be called? Like the collision resolution. Whereas by default, they do a bunch of stuff with like friction and bounciness, restitution, and all that. So typically, I'll immediately set friction on everything to 0, set restitution on everything, or what's it called? I think restitution's right, to 0. And basically every frame, I keep track of like some data, some logic data of if you're on the ground, if you're on a wall, or what. And based on that, I'll apply my own velocity. So every frame I apply my own velocity to the body, and then every frame I use the physics engine to resolve the velocity to its new value. So like the maximum velocity limit would be controlled by me. Everything is controlled by me except what happens in the resolution where it hits something. If that makes sense. Okay, so this did not work. Wait, did I do it? I think I know what I did wrong. No, I actually don't. That's good advice, thanks, and no problem. The character went full-blown Neo. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to guess it thinks it's hitting something. Let's check some values. Wait, I don't need to say anything. Hit position. See, I thought the problem was I was starting in there. Position Y. but I'm not. It always trips me up thinking about 3D in a game like that. Like, positive Y is up, which makes sense, but like in most 2D games, negative Y is up. Positive Y is up, right? Pretty sure. False, 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 false. So why the fuck is it going up? Am I stupid? This is like minus some marginal value. What if I make it minus a really big value? Like this kind of turns out to be like 3 or something. In screen coordinates, y is positive, y is down. Yeah, that's what I mean. So then going from that to thinking about it in 3D is like actually kind of confusing. Oh, this is the problem. Okay. Got it. So that is, I was kind of right. Let's change this back. So in reality, the problem is that I have to take this and also subtract your fly height because this is what you're comparing it to. So you want a ground that's like a little bit below your fly height if you want to slowly fall back to the ground. Or that's one way to do it. The other way would be I can just limit your fall speed, to be honest. Oh wait, I can press it anywhere now. Look at that. And then if I can like, woo. It's pretty fucking bouncy though. Maybe in a fun way. You can get, you have a, oh, that's bad. Is that bad or fun though? I don't know, actually. Okay, well, this is interesting. If it's fun, it's pretty fun. I bet it's going to make some people sick, which is fine with me. So the other thing, yeah, I think this value is not small enough, actually. I think I'm capable of falling too fast. In fact, yeah, let's not do that. Let's just say, never mind about this. This would have worked if I want to fall at a specific speed, but the problem with this also is that with that delta value I have, I want it to kind of be bouncy where you're going up and down. And if I just give it, if I say the ground is just a little bit below the maximum fly height, I'll bounce my way down. So I can say this. And then just like -1, why not? Must be greater than this value. Yeah, that I think makes sense. And then if you did highest ground found, just set you to true and then return you. Okay, actually I don't need delta time now. Ground found. So I don't know what to do. I think it's going to be like this. If ground was found, you do this stuff with trying to like flatten out your speed. I'm going to also test 5 in the same iteration instead of 2, see how that feels. Otherwise, I think the last applied velocity goes back to 0, and then I can't believe this worked, by the way. Delta times 5, I was right. I haven't written this code in actually maybe 12 years. Holy shit. Otherwise, I'm gonna try and limit your fall speed. I think maybe the most natural magic-y way to do this might be desired velocity y is wait. If your last velocity y is less than 0, then your last velocity y otherwise 0. You take this and you just multiply it by... Is this gonna work actually? I actually have no clue. Multiply it by 0.5. And now I can add back to this. This is your desired velocity y. Oh, wait. This is okay. I am going to set this to 0 always, so then I have to have a separate case if you're going down. I don't want to bother with writing math that would work in both directions. So here's my desired velocity y now, so this doesn't even matter. Desired velocity y is just this times 0.5 now. I guess. I'm going to do it in 2 steps. Because I think I might want to end up square rooting the velocity before it gets multiplied by 0.5, maybe, in the future. So you get the actual delta between the thing, and then you divide it by delta time. So this should be the force necessary to push your velocity back to what you want it to be. I think. So let's try it. Okay, times 5 feels pretty bad. Although, wait. I suspect there are some times when it's not finding ground, which would be bad. So that makes me realize I have to search for the ground for more distance than... True. Okay, you actually always find ground, so maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, that's my fall speed. I float down to the ground. It is actually way too slow at the moment, and times 5, I'm now realizing, feels really bad. It's way too stable. So let's do times 2. I'm gonna do like times 8 for your desired velocity. I mean, I'm floating. Feels like I'm floating. And then I think I need to limit your vertical speed that it's allowed to apply to you. Sometimes you end up going... I don't know, is that a problem? You can definitely get going pretty fast. Like that. Kind of fun, though. Also, I have no idea how anyone in the game is going to kill this character. Considering you can, like, go up here. But, oh well, I guess it's an ultimate. Okay. Something else I think I realize I need to do? Yeah. Right now, it's just checking for hit ground. I actually have to check the normal to see if it's valid ground, because I'm pretty sure I can climb up this mountain. Yep. Okay. So let's make it so you can't extremely easily... You definitely will still be able to climb up the mountain. And also, times 8 doesn't actually seem to work. So desired velocity y... I'm just going to square root it. We'll see what happens. Maybe? And we'll see. So I guess I will do this, where you have to find a valid thing. I think it's called isGround. I think that'll just work. Okay, I'm falling way too slow now. That's interesting. We'll take a look at Desmos. Y is the square root of x. When I go down to really small fractional values, okay, it is not the same. It like... What the fuck is happening even? Like at 0.005, which is probably my velocity, it changes it to some massive number. Oh, it's because also it's negative. So how is it even working at all? Oh, there it goes. Invalid argument. So it's going way too slow because it's setting it to 0, I think. And in the next frame, it's applying 1 tick of gravity. So I'm falling down with the lowest possible gravity value. So I'm going to say negative this thing times like 1,000 over, and then negate the outcome times the divided by 1,000. Okay, that might work. I kind of want a function that will treat your thing the same no matter the scale of it. I don't know how to word that, but like 0.004 would be treated twice of the, you know, value of 0.002. Yeah, this is also super slow. Maybe it's because it's times 1,000. Let's try times 100, see what happens. Okay, that's too fast. I'm just kind of falling. I'm like free falling. I guess I just actually just end up having to choose a value. I thought there might be some logic to it. Maybe there would be logic to it if I add 1. Okay, that's what should happen. This feels kind of good. I don't like how extremely bouncy it can be. So one more thing I want to try. This feels okay. I'm going to take this negative value and say it is 1 minus whatever this value is. Square root that. That's going to give you something tiny back. And then it will be this minus 1 and negate this whole thing, which is actually 1 minus. This might treat everything the same now. Because the square root of 1 is 1, right? Yeah. This is probably the function I'm looking for. I think below 1, square root, I don't think always, but for like half of its lifetime makes things larger, and above 1 it always makes it smaller. So okay, it's way too slow. So my thought here, if I'm right about this, do I like describe this? If I take this thing, multiply it by 100, and then I take this output, divide it by 100, I expect the behavior in the game is going to be exactly the same. I think square root at after 1 at any stretch of numbers behaves the same for that stretch of numbers. Yeah, it does. So far, it seems that way at least. Okay, so that's fine. What that probably means is instead of square root, I have to do like a pal of this to, I do not know, 0.75. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. This is like a stable equation that doesn't care about the order of magnitude of your numbers. The falling speed is still too slow, though. 0.9? That feels good. I like that. Yep. And now the last thing to do before I probably stop on the stream, and I'm gonna, I think yeah, I'll probably finish this off stream. The rest of this guy's kit. Yeah, I can see in the wall there. Uh-oh. The last thing to do would be make him not able to launch himself so much. Like that. I think the easiest way to do that is going to be one of two things. I can literally just clamp it. So first, okay, I'm keeping this. First, this is my old equation, right? I can actually just... Wait, this is the wrong spot. Whoops, my bad. Right here. Minimum of this and some value that I have absolutely no clue. Let's see what it's trying to do. Once. Okay, once all these numbers. So I seemingly chose way too small of a number. I have to limit it. I think this one might have been the problem. So I might limit it to like 00015. That is a tiny number. Let's try it. This, or the other thing I was going to say is the same kind of square root. You do 1 minus square root of like x minus 1 or whatever. X plus 1. That I still kind of launched, didn't I? 0001. It should definitely be limiting it though. The other thing is I don't actually know. I think my delta value, oh, that's another problem, isn't it? Okay, so this actually feels better. Yeah, I can't launch myself anymore. I think this clamp though thing that I'm doing, this should happen before the delta gets calculated. So again, I'll say once and I'll stick this in there. This 001. See if that's reasonable. I do want it to like fling you a little bit, but just not that much. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel that good for some reason. Apply velocity then is the square root 1 minus the square root of this plus 1. Let's try that. This might be too extreme. Okay, I'm like not even... I can't even get off the ground for some reason. Okay. Did I mess up the math? I did. Whoops, -1. Actually, whatever. This is kind of a problem also. So this feels okay. Like I can't super launch myself. Yeah. This one feels good. And I can't really... Okay, yeah, this is fine. I'm standing on the thing. That's another problem. Shit. Technically, the way this should work is by sweeping an object to see what it collides with. That's actually how it should work. Okay. The other problem with this thing does not care about direction. So I'm going to take the absolute of this value, do all this stuff, and multiply it by the sine of this value. So like this. Okay, last try. This should work. So the problem was probably when you try and decrease your velocity, it was affecting that just differently than when you increase your velocity. Okay, so I can kind of launch myself, but how bad is it? Okay, that's pretty fucking bad. Okay. What do I do about that? I thought this would work. Square root of the absolute value of this thing plus 1 minus 1. I mean, the only other thing I can really try here is take this and go like 0.25 or something. Just make the square root more. Otherwise, I'll go back to limiting it, I guess. And I'm like barely moving now. This sucks. This feels so like limp. This is so bad. I'll try square root one more time. I mean, literally a limit is probably the right move, to be honest. It just makes sense. It, like, logically it makes sense. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Except... I guess I also need to do the absolute value of the minimum of this thing and something like 0.0001, and also multiply this by the sine of the applied velocity. So there we go. Now it is limited. It's... yeah, I can't really fling myself. You still can a little bit to get into places like this, so that's good. Like, I don't want to totally remove it from the game. This feels good. I feel like I'm flying. That's what I'm supposed to feel like. Yeah, this is weird because... I don't actually even think this is a physics spot. It's not. Okay. Good. This is not bad. This is how it's going to be when you're ultimating as this guy. Cool. And then you go up in there, you go back down. That feels fine. One other thing, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight, but let's see. Dark Priest can fly. I'm either going to make it so you actually do your ultimate ability, or I'm gonna make it so I have some assets where you can directionally fly, and your guy will like lean into that direction. I'm gonna do one of those two things. So I don't know what. I don't know, but tomorrow I'll do the other one. So that's what will happen. Let me see if there's anyone I actually want to host. Too bad I lost the giant 60-person raid. That would have been good to pass on. See, is anyone doing anything with Jai or not a game engine? Please God. Wait. And this is close enough. Godot C# custom networking day 8. Custom networking. At least it's something. Alright. Wait, this is English, right? Yeah. Alright, bye-bye. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully my computer won't crash tomorrow. That fucking sucked. Goodbye.